Now we are going to discuss the last three remaining topics under the process-oriented performance-based assessment. I am Arlene M. Kendosa and welcome to my class. In this video, I am going to discuss about the following topics. Number 1, determining the level of mastery. Number 2, the significance of level of performance. And number 3, two types of rubrics. Okay, let's start. In determining the level of mastery, we use rubrics. And what is rubrics? Rubric is a scoring guide used to evaluate performance, a product or a project. For example, may pinapagawang projects sa atin or even activities and reportings. The teacher will give us the rubric so that alam natin what should be done and what should be the content and the outcome of our activities, because it defines what is expected and what will be assessed. Now this time, I will give you the part of rubrics. The first one here is the level of performance, which gives us the ability to quantitatively express the ratings. Next, we have the criteria. These are the things you want to measure and quantitatively contributes to the overall learning objectives of your lesson. And lastly, the descriptors, which tells your students more precisely what performance look like at various levels and how their work may be distinguished. Now let us dig deeper and know what are the significance of level of performance. First, it sets the expectation of your students. The student will know what their target is in order to pass the activity or the course. It gives particular details of what the targets for each level is. They know are able to what should be done and how it should be done. It is very useful for the students and the teacher if the criteria are identified and communicated prior to completion of the task. Number 2, it is more consistent and more objective. Level of performance allow you to discriminate which among the learners needs additional attention, who are the mediocre, and those who perform excellently. In addition, for better communication of teachers' expectations, level of performance permit the teacher to more consistently and objectively distinguish between good and bad performance or between superior, mediocre, and poor performance when evaluating students' work. And lastly, it provides the students feedback to which criterion they need to work on. The students were able to see clearly the areas where they are good because it is more detailed rather than just seeing the remark. Furthermore, identifying a specific level of a student's performance allows the teacher to provide more detailed feedback to students. And what are the two types of rubrics? We have the analytic and holistic rubric. So what is analytic rubrics? Analytic rubrics attempt to break down the final product or goal into measurable components and parts, typically use numbers to measure quality. It articulates level of performance for each criterion. It helps you determine how the learners are doing in each criterion. It is more detailed in form and more specific. While holistic rubric does not list different level of performance for each criterion. It assigns a level of performance by assessing performance across multiple criteria as a whole. Or in short, it evaluates work as a whole. Now, when to use these two? Analytic rubrics is used when you want to assess your students' performance separately. It better handles weighting of criteria. While holistic rubric is used when we cannot separate the criterion from each other like grammar structure. We cannot separate the use of punctuation from correct grammar structure, and when a quick or gross judgment needs to be made. In conclusion, there is no specific number of levels a rubric should or should not possess. It will vary depending on the task and your needs. Generally, it is better to start with a smaller number of level of performance for a criterion and then expand if necessary.